fairly thick. Delicioso. Hello there, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to do a week's worth of meal prep. If you don't know, I am moving to BC, so I got a 44-hour drive ahead of me, and I want to make sure that I have every single meal that I need for this drive. I am primarily going to focus on lunch and dinner. Breakfast is kind of one of those things, well, on the road, I'm not super hungry in the morning just because I am basically sitting all day. I like to have a coffee or a matcha and snack on a granola bar. But I am going to make some banana loaf. So this banana loaf can either be your dessert for the week or your breakfast for the week. It's going to be relatively healthy with lots of oats and dates and all of the good things. I want to get to the banana loaf first, just we got that out of the way, into the oven, and we can focus on all of the other prep for the lunch and the dinner. I got two very disgusting, sad bananas here. I know some of you are probably like vomiting in your mouth right now with how black these bananas are, but I typically like to wait for this because it adds so much more sugariness, sweetness to a banana loaf than ripe bananas, for instance, or just like spotted bananas. Quarter cup of sugar. I'm using some organic cane sugar, but you can use whatever sugar your heart desires, whether that's coconut sugar, maybe even just a sweetener. If you're not somebody that likes to use actual sugar, that's totally okay. I would just say adjust it to your sweetness liking. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons worth of melted coconut oil. So I am going to add a scoop of vegan protein powder. This is a salted caramel protein powder, which I think will actually go pretty okay with banana flavor, but feel free to just use a plain protein powder or maybe a vanilla protein powder and skip the vanilla extract. You could even do a chocolate protein powder and make it like a double chocolate banana loaf and add a couple extra tablespoons worth of cocoa powder. That would be delicious. The only thing is with that is you may have to add a couple extra splashes of some plant milk just to kind of get the consistency right. Half cup of rolled oats, about a half a cup of some whole wheat flour, good pinch of salt, heaping teaspoon worth of baking powder. I'm just going to set that aside, chop up some dates and some pecans as well. Sub this for walnuts or whatever nut that you desire. 1/3 a cup of plant milk. Fold in your pecans and your dates. Now I'm recording.
Okay.
Okay. It's my brother Seth. Okay, bye.
Bye, love it.
Runs away like a little kid. So I almost forgot the chocolate chips, so I'm just gonna add a good handful. Fold that in. You can just grease your pan if you so desire, but just for easy removal, I aligned mine with parchment paper. A cup worth of quinoa and 2 cups of water. So now just going to get some squash cut up along with some onions and some garlic. I just have a spaghetti squash, which I've never just chunked up and roasted before, so I guess this is kind of an experiment for me too, but whatever squash you desire, whether that's actual pumpkin or some more acorn squash, butternut squash, doesn't matter. The cook time just may vary. Dice half of an onion and half of a red onion. Extra virgin olive oil. Good amount of salt. Chili flakes. And some garlic. My apologies for interrupting the delicious food moment that we're having, but I have to take a moment to nourish the channel by saying a massive thank you to today's sponsor, Care of. Care of is an amazing supplement company that provides a subscription service for all of the unique to you supplements that you need on a daily basis. They get to know you with their online quiz, and after they have an understanding of your unique body, lifestyle, and habits, they create a personalized supplement regimen, all packed up in these cute little pouches. This saves you so much time from researching supplements individually, and also the clutter in your kitchen from all of the individual supplement bottles. With Care of, all you have to do is grab your daily package, throw it in your purse, your lunchbox, or even put it in your pocket, and you're set for the day. I personally love this when I was on the road because it saved me so much room in my car, and all I did was grab my daily pouch, throw it in my middle console, take a big swig of water, get all of my pills down inside of me, and I was set to go. But with all of that said, let's be real here. Your body is ever changing and evolving, and this is something that I preach all of the time. So we have to make sure that we are giving ourselves what we need right now. And luckily, Care of knows this. You can retake the quiz at any point in time to make sure that the supplements that they are providing you are perfect for whatever phase in life you are in. So when you click the link down in my description box, you can take the quiz and figure out what supplements are right for you right now. And when you do so, you will get 50% off of your first purchase by using my code. Thank you so much, Care of, for sponsoring today's video. And again, 50% off of your first purchase when you use my code. Click the link down in my description box. Thank you so much, Care of. Ah! So I actually meant to throw tempeh on the tray with a squash, but since I forgot, no harm, no foul, what we're going to do is actually just going to chop it up, let it marinate for a few minutes while we get some more things set up on our next baking sheet. So I just sliced it up sort of thickly. I'm gonna do a touch of soy sauce just for that saltiness, splash of balsamic for that intensity, yummy flavor that I'm obsessed with balsamic vinegar. If you're new on this channel, FYI, obsessed with balsamic vinegar. Just a touch of chili flakes, parsley, basil, some black pepper. You know what? I prefer to do this with my hands. Just gonna set this aside. I'm going to open and rinse a can of chickpeas, season them, and get them on the baking sheet along with the tempeh as well. And a sweet potato. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, half teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon worth of nutritional yeast, and or 3 teaspoons. And mix. Get your chickpeas on the baking tray, along with your sweet potato and your tempeh. The sweet potato may take longer than everything else. Salt some pasta water. Add 1.5 cups of macaroni. Stir and let it do its thing. For our pasta salad, what I'm going to do is chop up a bunch of fresh veggies and mix it in with our pasta, and then we're going to make a balsamic vinaigrette dressing for on top of it. The things that I'm going to add to it are some red onion, some red pepper, cucumber, kale, and some fresh basil as well. You can do whatever array of fresh veggies your heart desires, whether you want to shred some carrot in here, chop up some celery. Anything that you have in the fridge will probably go okay with this. Instead of kale, you could do spinach or a mixed green, arugula. Just have fun with it. 1 cup of rinsed rice. Let's set the tempeh aside. Give the chickpeas a little toss. And we're gonna throw a half a block of cubed tofu onto the baking dish for our rice noodle bowl. And let's chuck that back into the oven until our sweet potato is done. For our rice bowl, we're gonna chop up an array of veggies as well. So I'm going to do some red cabbage, some cucumber, I almost call that celery, red onion, some lettuce, and some kale. And I'm actually going to add some basil to this as well. Thai basil would be absolutely amazing, but if you just have regular Italian basil, that's totally fine. We just want some herbiness to the dish as well. Chop the kale finely. Basil, All right, so let's get on to some sauces for everything. We're going to make a massive batch of tahini dressing for all of the lunch. And then we're going to make a peanut butter, ginger, soy sauce dressing for the rice noodle bowl. I keep on saying noodle. Rice bowl. And a balsamic vinaigrette dressing for our salad. I am going to just pour some tahini right in here. I'm going to guesstimate about 1/3 of a cup or so. Some lemon juice, black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, tablespoon worth of nutritional yeast, teaspoon worth of Dijon mustard, tablespoon worth of my favorite ingredient, maple syrup. And add some water until you reach your desired consistency. For me, that is runny, but still fairly thick. A little tasty test. Oh, that's so good. 1/4 a cup of balsamic, a couple tablespoons worth of olive oil, 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon maple syrup, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 onion powder, 1 teaspoon nutritional yeast, pinch of salt, taste test. Delicioso. Microplane some ginger. We're going to add that to the jar. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, a couple tablespoons worth of peanut butter, some lemon juice, sriracha to taste, splash of maple syrup, and shake. Taste test. Ooh, intense, spicy. Yes, so let me clean up this intense mess that I've made and let's start building all of our meals. Okay, wait, first things first. We gotta try it. We do. I've been waiting. Ooh. Oh, this is so good. Okay, I just wanted to shut that door because my dad's friend downstairs is watching TV and I don't want that in the background. But hopefully the lighting is still okay, seems to be. So let's start packing everything up and get it into our silicone bags. I'm putting everything into silicone bags, but feel free to put it into Tupperware containers. I personally cannot warm up any of my food. Obviously, if you have access to a microwave or you want to throw everything into a pot, you can keep everything separately as well. Like put the quinoa in its own container, put your greens in its own container, put your chopped up veggies in their own container, put your roasted veggies in their own container. You can put everything separately and then just build your bowls throughout the week, or you can build your bowls all at once and then just add your dressings and sauces on top. For me, that's what I am going to do. I'm going to build everything now so that way during the week, all I have to do is throw my dressings on top and we are good to have lunch and dinner. I also realized I wanted to add a can of beans to this. So I have a 6-bean medley here. I just opened the can and rinsed it. I'm going to mix that into this. And now I'm going to split this into 2 large portions, and this is going to be dinner. We made the tempeh for this one. I'm just gonna take a handful of spinach and tear it in here. So now I'm going to build my rice bowl. This is basically just gonna be a big rice salad bowl. I love red onion, so I'm throwing lots in here. You definitely do not have to. We're gonna throw in half of the amount of tofu into each one, half the amount of lettuce and kale, some basil, and I'm actually going to add some kimchi to these as well. Let's add the rest of the quinoa. So 1 sweet potato per bag. And half of the chickpeas in each bag. And I'm just going to rip some spinach in this one as well. Just a handful, and rip it right into the bag. You can obviously chop your spinach. I'm just doing the easy way out here. So there's definitely going to be leftovers here, and this will definitely span 5 days for me. I also just didn't have enough proper sized silicone baggies, and I need to make sure that everything fits within my cooler. Portion everything to your liking. You do not have to portion as big as I portioned. Anyways, this is gonna be absolutely freaking delicious. I am going to be nourished and fueled on my long venture out west. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you try any of these meals, if you don't have to make every single meal that I've created, if you try one of them for meal prep during the week, let me know down in the comments or tag me on Instagram at FlavorfulJulia. I truly appreciate every single one of you here watching my videos. It lights my heart up. And if you could do me a massive favor and hit that like button and the subscribe button, it would truly help my channel out. Share it to a friend if you can, and let's get some good food into our bodies. I love you all. Mwah! Have a beautiful damn day. You deserve it, as per always. I forgot to mention my loaf. I'm just going to cut this up into bite-sized little chunks and throw it into a bag, just so you guys know.